And welcome back to my channel, where today I'll be unboxing one brick of the Marvel HeroClix Exo Swords. And being an X-Men fan and a bigger Apocalypse fan, there's so many figures that I'm really looking forward to this set, with the Horseman characters as well as the debuting Araco mutants and Coco mutants. There's so many things that I really want to collect from this set. Now, but before I actually open the boosters, I'm going to take a look at the Legacy card over here. My hopes is to pull the Legacy Apocalypse. And let's take a look at what we have. Okay, we got Unus the Untouchable, who made his debut in Monsters and Mutations back in the day. So it's really nice to see him receive a Legacy card over here. He did play a minor role at the beginning of the Exosword story, where he followed Summoner along with Banshee, I believe, and one more other mutant to the Araco side, and they were blindsided. And yeah, so if you haven't read the House of X and Powers of X story, I do highly recommend that X-Men story. I think it's a total of 10 issues, actually made me fall in love with comics again. I haven't read a comic book, I think, in over 5 years, but that story really was really nicely done. And it actually got me back into reading comic books regularly. And the Exosword story is something that I'll read later on after those stories. So let's open our very first booster. Now, there are quite a number of figures that I'm looking forward to in this set. We got the Chase Apocalypse and his wife Annihilation. I'm looking forward to War and the Horseman Death. Yeah, both of them. And let's take a look at our first booster. We got a White Priestess. We got a Lockheed. We got our very first tarot card over here. And we got the Recruiter Magneto. And I believe that is a Tarot or Roulette. Okay, we got Roulette. And we got our very first rare, which is the Danger Room Construct Juggernaut. Now, this is actually the sculpt that was made for Tyler Speeds, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's our world champion. So this is actually a world champion sculpt that they made into a construct, a Danger Room Construct. And here we got a White Priestess, we got Lockheed, we got Roulette, we got Magneto, we got Juggernaut over here. And yeah, and our first tarot card, which is the Eight of Pentacles, with Forge being the cover art, which is the art of the card, I mean. And yeah, so we got our very first rare, which is a big orange guy. Let's move on to our second booster. This one feels a bit heavy too. Yeah, and here we go. Let's take a look at that. Second booster, something heavy. Give me Apocalypse. And let's see. We got another bubble. Wait a minute. We got a duplicate rare? Okay. I pulled a second rare Juggernaut. That's really, really odd. He's one of the figures that I was looking forward to. But I don't need to because he's a unique. But nonetheless, he kind of crushed our Roulette and Cyclops over there. We also got the Danger Room, Sebastian Shaw, and one of the Furies. Okay, poor Cyclops, who is really leaning forward. Let's take a look at the card. Yeah, it's really a rare Juggernaut. We got the Constructs and a Fury. So let's put that aside. And let's take a look at our third booster. That's really, really odd to be pulling duplicate rares in a brick. But hopefully, you know, this is an interesting brick and we pull some crazy stuff as well. And let's get open with the third booster. And looks like we have another... Wait a minute. We got another Danger Room Construct as a rare. Okay, am I going to open only Danger Room Constructs for my entire brick? I'm really happy the Apocalypse is one of my favorite characters. So it's nice to pull a Danger Room Construct of him. But this is my third Danger Room Construct rare. And here we have Jean Grey, who is not a Danger Room Construct. She's kind of like in her phasing Astro form, if I'm not wrong. And here we have the cards. Let's just double check that everything is okay. It's me and my greatest enemy, Plastic. Okay, we got Apocalypse. Yeah, we got an Astrogene, Cyclops, Green Priestess, and a Vampire. Who, spoiler warning, kind of ate death after his match against Storm in the Exo Sword series. I believe the game was to the first one to bleed. Here we go with our 4th booster. Please, no Danger Room constructs again. And we got our first super rare. We got Abigail Brand. We got Magic. We got another tarot card. That's nice to put a tarot card and Abigail Brand in the same booster. We got Peepers over here. We got a common Gorgon. Now let's take a look at Abigail Brand. She is going to be a very fun team building piece because I also have the Prime Vision from the Disney Plus set. So you can make some Sword X-Men shenanigans. And let's take a look at the cards over here. Abigail Brand. We got Peeper. We got Magic. We got Gorgon. And we got a Common Storm. And the King of Swords tarot card, which is Brute sitting on the throne. The King of Swords. Now, one of the impossible things that I'm going to try to do is to form a tarot deck myself, which is going to be very costly. And here we go with our next booster. And let's see, we got a Colossus looking really sexy, only in his underwear. We got, I think that's Tarot. We got Orca Soldier, we got Sync, and we got our first sword, which is Mercy, which is wielded by Iska the Unbeaten, who is a very interesting mutant whose mutant powers is that she cannot lose. So it's taking a very, very interesting turn in the story that she's currently in, which is the X-Men Red, where we got the mutants up in Mars. I believe we got Storm and Magneto over there. And here we go. We check the cards just to make sure everything is okay. And this plastic is really difficult to take out, and I really do not want to damage the tarot card over here. And okay, let's get this opened. Alright, so let's take a look at the cards just to make sure everything is here. Oh boy, we got Colossus, we got the Orca Soldier, got Sync, Tarot, and Iska the Unbeaten, as well as the Mercy object card. And we got the 10 of Wands, which we have Dupe as the art. And it's good for Perplex. You can Perplex +2 instead of the +1, or -2 instead of the -1. So here's our next booster. Oh, looks like we put a Chase, which is Chase Merlin. This is really, really cool. I think he's one of the best pieces in this game. In this set. You can play him at 150 points or the recommended 50 points, where you can restrict the total number of free actions equal to the number of actions that you can take. So if your team in a 300 point team normally can do 3 actions, Merlin is going to restrict your free actions to the limit of 3. Now if you have leadership, it becomes a total of 4 actions, so you can only do 4 free actions. And it affects both players, but the plus side of Merlin, he increases your action total by +1 more. So I believe we can see some competitive play with Merlin over here. And at 50 points, he has both the power, cosmic energy, and the mystic team ability. He's got the cosmic keyword, mystical keyword, pass, and ruler. And we got Honey Badger, Fury, and a Common Storm. This is an awesome pool. I'm really happy to actually be pulling a Chase. Sure, he's not Annihilation or Apocalypse, but you know, whenever you pull a Chase, it's always a good pull. And here we go with our next booster. I'm actually really happy to have Merlin. And here we go. So we put 1 super rare and 1 Chase. That's really good. We got our rare Magneto in the black costume. We got another tarot card. We got a Danny Moonstar, we got Tarot, we got Bishop, and we got one Iceman. So let's take a look at the cards just to make sure everything is okay. We've seen a couple of resculpts over here, such as Bishop, who was the same sculpt, or at least similar sculpt, in the House of X. And we got our Tarot card Strength. We got Summoner trying to choke out poor Wolverine over there. Let's keep this. Okay, I was actually quite surprised that they included the black costume Magneto, who was more... this was actually the costume that he wore during the trial of Magneto, where, spoilers, Scarlet Witch died in the Hellfire Gala dinner. And speaking of Summoner just now, looks like we put the Summoner Super Rare and a Tarot card. That's really cool. We got a second Super Rare with a Tarot card in the same pack. And here we have a Colony, which is the Sword of Summoner. Okay, that's I do remember this being a pretty cool sword, because on top of giving blades, this one also gives exploit weakness. Got poor Magic who's crushed, and we put a double Magic pack. Let's take a look at Summoner over here. The sculpt is also available in the miniatures game, which is really cool. I really like that the miniatures game actually tap into sculpts that are both from common, uncommon, rare, and super rare. So even if you do not put a super rare, you can at least get a sculpt inside the miniatures game. Got Solemn over here. Got Danny Moonstar. We got our double magics and a Summoner, who also can make 3 bystanders on his own. Yeah, got the Araco, X-Men, Horseman, and Mystical keyword. And these are, wow, 120 points. And these are the 3 bystander he makes. And we got Colony over here. Increase the damage dealt by 1 if we share a keyword. That's really nice. And we got a Danny Moonstar, the Moon Tarot card. We can gain mission points if your opponent perplexes. That's interesting. Always trying to find more ways to gain mission points. I still am trying to find a way to use my Ultron Infinity Chase from the Disney Plus set. Let's keep that aside. And we're down to our final 2 boosters. I'm still hoping for either War or Death as my rares. Or maybe even Wolverine, who has the Muramasa Blade. Yeah, it's a very good object as well. Here we go. We got Colossus, we got Cable, we got Orca Soldier, we got Cyclops, and our next sword over here. This is Red Brute, one of the Araco mutants. Yeah, I can't really remember too much about this guy, but I think he looks really cool. He's a bit flattened in the side, the booster pack, but nothing some hot water can readjust his sculpt. And here we have the sword. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that. It's a red blade. Can't really remember what the object does, but let's take a look at the cards. And here we go. Okay, after resolutions, you can use Smoke Cloud as free. Okay, I guess that's alright. Here we got Mystical Warrior and Oracle keywords. He can also make his own bystanders, which is the Twisting Vine. Yeah. Okay, we got an Uncommon Cable, the Recruiter Cyclops, Aqua Soldier, and a Colossus. That's our 3rd super rare over here. So our last booster, well, shouldn't have anything because we already put 3 super rares and 1 chase. And from my understanding, this set is usually 1 chase per case, and the other break will include the prime. But nevertheless, let's see. And wait a minute. I think this brick is really interesting. I think it's really great. Not only did I put a Chase Merlin, I also put a Prime Iska the Unbeaten, who you can see is in her golden armor. That is the moment where she actually realized that the X-Men were going to win, and her mutant abilities compelled her to actually switch sides from the Oraco to the Krakoan mutants. So that was a really cool spoiler ending for Exo Swords. Here we have Mercy, Iska the Unbeaten, who's 45 points. And she's our Prime. Okay, that's really cool. She got Invincible with the tree exploit. That's really nice. And Karima and Cypher. Wow, I'm really happy with my break opening. Iska the Unbeaten, as well as Chase Merlin, who is going to be a nightmare for all my friends. And yeah, take a look at Merlin over here, who is going to wreck town with my Scarlet Witch and my Agatha.